What's up, my boy? Week 16, and since I uploaded the other videos and deleted some of the ones on my phone, because the last couple been 10 minutes because I ain't had no room, we got 22 minutes and 47 seconds to get the yapping. I'll probably be done in 10 minutes because now I done became accustomed to it. But like I said, this is week 16. Word of the day, according to Merriam-Webster, is I'm gonna say slow, south. One of them slow, like dough, with an SL, and it means to get rid of something. So do with that what you will. This week I actually had 0 spins, but I had 2 rucks. No gym, but I got 2 rucks in. I'm working on getting everything situated because the job, with my access and everything now, we do have a gym at the job. So the plan is to get there either, 2 days a week for the gym. So if I can get to work, even if it ain't but 30 minutes to an hour, and just live at work, I can spend at home, do the rucks, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I'm kind of getting it worked out. I think we'll be all right and be able to get more consistent, since I have to go somewhere that has a gym right downstairs, and it comes with me being in the building. I don't got to pay for nothing extra. So we're gonna get that situated, man. The job, we are in week 2, and it's solid, man. It really is solid. They've given me, I was talking about entering the Excel spreadsheets for each state last week, so I mastered that. Like, hardly got to follow my template, but I still do. I don't try to get too cocky or whatever. But I'm confident in what I'm doing and the way I'm executing. So, boom, like, I actually, what's today? Today is Wednesday, because we're recording on time, you feel me? But I actually checked in with my supervisor. If it wasn't Thursday, she was off last Friday. Today's Wednesday. Let's say it was Monday or Tuesday. Yep, I was in the office yesterday. So yesterday, Tuesday, when I was in the office, I was rapping with her, and I was like, hey, what's it? Yeah, if it wasn't yesterday, it was today. I ain't sure. Whatever day it was, but I was like, hey, I'm actually, it was today. I was like, I'm done with the states that you gave me. So, no, because I've been working on them. I'm going to say it was yesterday. Like I said, yesterday, Tuesday, one of them days. Just one of them days. I know it wasn't Monday because Monday I work from home. So, I think it was yesterday. I was like, hey, I'm almost done with the work that you gave me, and I don't have any other assignments. They had gave me a second process with one of the ladies I work with. Went over it. Once I got it situated, boom, knocked that out in like 2 days. So even when I finished it and checked in and let the lady know, I was like, yeah, so I'm done with it. She was like, whoa, like what? You finished? I'm like, yes, ma'am. She was like, oh, okay. And you can kind of tell, it's like, they're expecting these processes to take me longer than they're actually taking me or whatever. And so same when, I stopped my manager and I was like, the assignment you gave me, sis, that's about over. Like, I did what she asked, what I helped her with, and I'm about done with what you gave me too. So I just wanted to let you know, so it don't like, I'm sitting on some shop time stuff, just relaxing and getting paid, and I'm not, I'm trying to leave a good impression. So she was like, oh wow, yeah, let me go and have a phone call, go to the bathroom, whatever. Now I got some other stuff. I'll find something for you to do when I get back. So she came back and she had forgot to assign me one of the other lists. Cool, boom. Like I say, let's say she gave me that yesterday. Realistically, I could have finished it today. I'll be done like within the first 2 hours of working tomorrow. So they did put me on a new process that they was trying to teach me today. And I don't know why, but the second half of the day, I think, yeah, she had that meeting scheduled for 2 o'clock. Between about 30 minutes in. Yeah, I was not. And I'm standing up. That's the crazy part. I'm tired standing up and still bad sleepy. So I knew, looking at that and how much crossover, and I didn't get all the notes, and I just wasn't fully there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to grasp this the first time she showed. Plus, it's multiple. This is the first time I'm going. No, first. This will be the second system. The first system, I think it's Varus. Yeah, Varus, I know how to operate a little bit now and find the codes and stuff. With this, we don't even know if I got access to the system yet. So, like I said, we're definitely excelling as far as that goes. They're like, no, like, you're ahead. I check with my manager. They're like, hey, I let her know I'll be done with that other list you gave me yesterday, today or tomorrow in the morning. So just letting you know. And she was like, just go over to the other, like it's called like a number 3 and a number 5, 2 different systems, or not systems, 2 different lists. And so she was like, well, you'll be finished with 3, go over to 5. You can get started on 5 because it's the same thing. Knock that out, boom. And depending on the level of focus I have, I think between those 2 lists is like 30-something states for each. So that's 60-something. If I was like on some locked in, what's that? Not Invincible. I think it's Bradley Cooper. I can't think of the name of the movie, the drug he was taking where it gave like super focus. If I was like on some stuff like that, I could probably finish it, the other list, by Friday or Monday. But I don't think I'm being that locked in. I'm locked in now. I'm doing my thing. But if I'm done with it by like Tuesday, that's solid. So get that knocked out. Like I said, we check on my status or access to the systems so I can do the thing that the other lady was teaching me today. Then we'll see how that goes. So work been solid, man. Like I say, had 2 rucks, no gyms, no spin sessions, but we're gonna get that in order. What else going on in life? So I was wrong. Well, I was only wrong because he was wrong. I don't know what he be having going on, but I know last week I spoke about going to my brother's, what was supposed to be the last game, and then missing the second one. So actually yesterday I went to a game and they actually got their first win against his old school. So that was pretty cool to see them out there and excited. And it still was raining. I don't know why I got to be raining all the time when I'm going to these games, but April showers bring back flowers, I suppose. So went, caught the game, and I'm like, wait a minute, they up? Because I got there a little bit late or whatever. And I don't understand this. So if, again, this is only for me, but if anybody ever see this and want to comment, because I've never played baseball before, but I thought a designated hitter, at least like my brother looked it up because we were both confused, he doesn't bat. Like, hardly ever. He got a designated hitter. He looked up the definition yesterday when we was leaving the game. He said the designated hitter is for like the pitcher. My brother don't play pitcher. He plays left field. Why he not hitting? And there's nothing stopping him from hitting, just the coach. Him and like 3 other people that aren't pitchers don't hit, but the pitchers do. Very confused by this. I don't like this coach. He's not good. But anyway, they got their first win yesterday, so he was super excited getting in the car all crunk. And I'm like, man, y'all won the last game. Shut your face. So it was supposed to have been the last game yesterday, he said. But then, like, I just picked him up from practice. Of course, like I said, Wednesdays, I'm outside of, the spots where my youngest is having karate. So when I pick him up from practice today, I'm like, when is the last game? He like, I don't know. The coach said it'll either be tomorrow or Friday or Monday. What are you talking about? How that work? How does that work? And he's like, the coach said it's on him to be able to decide when the game is. I don't like this guy. I don't like this coach, okay? So I'm like, he didn't tell y'all if the game is going to be tomorrow. Parents be having to pick y'all up and playing and stuff. Like, games end later than practice. What is going on? He was like, yeah, he didn't say. He said it's on him to decide, and he'll let us know tomorrow. Don't even worry about it, dog. Whatever. So, that was cool. Actually, I just remembered. Oh, I ain't got that yet. That's why. Okay, I ain't forgetting that. So, cover work, cover baseball. I lifted a couple nights or whatever, but honestly, like I say, man, with these jobs, like, with the business, one job I make what I be aiming to make in 5-6 days with Lyft and Uber, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I go get the extra money to get straight or whatever, dying for next weekend to come, because for the first time in a while, we'll have a check coming in, and that'll be dope, man. That'll be dope. I got some stuff situated. I got us, we pretty solid and straight. So, what's this? The first check will be right in May, the beginning of May. By the time we get to the end of May, we're going to be all the way straight, like all the way straight. And, start working on building the savings back up, because it ain't where it's supposed to be or whatever. We got to work for 4-5 months. So, had to grind to get it, but we made it. Ain't nothing get cut off. We always had something to eat, still was able to do some fun stuff or whatever. So, definitely looking forward to getting back on point or whatever. But on top of the work checks, like I say, outside of that, this business, man, there's really some money in it. Like, we're really solid, you know. So excited to see, you know, how we get everything balanced out. And I really feel like with this job, I think I have a different appreciation for this job than I have for any other ones, because like I say, this layoff was different. Like, beyond just the business, it motivated me. Like, oh yeah, I almost missed that. That was something that I did notice. Definitely not PTSD. That's not the correct term. But it was Thursday, because like I said, I was off Friday. So Thursday, I'm at work, boom, 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 knocking stuff out. And my manager comes by, and she's like, you know, you can tell I don't know, she's very, I don't know how to word it. It's not timid. Timid isn't it, but like, I guess she just be having a lot going on in her head, and she thinks, you can tell she's really in her head about, I guess, how she says stuff, not what she says. So she came up to me Thursday, again, it's day 4, and boom, I'm knocking everything out. I know I'm doing my thing, but again, I'm somebody that was doing fine and doing my thing with the job I had that I was laid off from. So I realized, like, with managers coming up, depending on, I don't know if it's where I'm at or how they start, I'm just triggered and worried now everything is going to be, hey, this is your last day. You know what I mean? So she came up and she was trying to, you know, get her words together. Nowhere near abnormal from how she normally speaks, but still, I felt me get triggered and anxious, like, oh man, she finna tell me that it was over 4 days in. Even though I know, like I say, it makes sense though, because I was almost a month ahead, at least 3 weeks ahead on the work, you know, when I got laid off. So I'm not, you know, confident in, oh, well, if I do good work. No. Layoffs don't care about how good of a work you're doing. But I do notice that, like, you know, I ain't got no problem saying it with the job I had. I definitely didn't, I optimized my time for me as far as the work-life balance, more the life balance than the work. Like, don't get me wrong, I was doing good with the work. But, you know, if I'm brutally honest, then I'd have to say, was I somebody that was working the full 8 hours? No. Like, big breaks, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Versus now, like, no, they're getting optimal work from me. Like, I'm at work for 8 hours. I get my hour break. And even with me, you know, whether it's YouTube, music, whatever, I'm still locked in that whole time, versus I would go down rabbit holes sometime and I'm actively watching videos and I'm not, no, boom. I could hear it. I could hear whatever going on, but these fingers still going to be typing or whatever, and making sure that whether they tracking, you know, my keystrokes or whatever, because again, I watch all the layoff and job material, whatever, and see stuff like that is a thing. So no, you track this, hey, that boy get it done, whether he ill, whether he home. You know, I just want to be able to, if it play out that way, you know, like, just like I just said with that job. Now, I still was excelling and beating deadlines, so I still felt like, you know, to let me go, you know, it was business is business. They had to do what they had to do or whatever. But maybe if they were getting that full 8 hours of working with the monitoring keystrokes and stuff like that, hey, who knows? Maybe not. But just I'm really getting it in, and you know, like I say, with that newfound appreciation I have for the job, and with the plans, and okay, cool, knowing the stability and the comfortability that it gives me mentally and emotionally to know, you know, once these checks come, boom, like, that's straight that. And then business is business, and I'm gonna handle everything else on the side, and we're comfortable, we're good, we can make plans. So, you know, that's where we at, man. It's funny too. I had this shirt on almost a little less than a year ago at my oldest son's graduation from 5th grade going to middle school or whatever, and that thing was like, I dropped 30 pounds from the beginning of last year to November. I done put something back on, but I'm still probably down, like, from where I started when I went to see my nutrition, like 17 pounds or whatever. And I could see it. Like, I ain't even had a dang on shirt tucked in, button up, none of that. And I still look like, oh, Gucci pregnant. Brr! But today, like, you know, in the office or whatever, I had it buttoned up, tucked in my pants or whatever. And I was like, wait a minute. Because you know, this shirt was screaming, hanging on by a thread, literally last year. And to be able to look, and it's like, nah, man, you know, I got this thing, you know, buttoned up, tucked in my pants, and I don't look half bad. I took a little picture with it. I felt good about myself. So that was cool. So only, you know, like, I be having to remind myself of that as far as the business goes or whatever. Like, you know, the last 2-3 weeks, I might get, 3-4 jobs, might do a couple with Angeles, try to get some with Tech, and so I might be doing sometimes 4-5 jobs in a week. And so last week, of course, didn't have none. I spoke about the lady. I checked back in with her. That was something I got back up on because, I'm like, I don't want to be bothered. It's not being bothersome if they haven't got back to me and we was talking. I got to pay to speak to these people. Once they respond to me, I paid. Like, some money come out of my account right then because it's a lead. So, if we talked, but I look on there, you never got back to me, but it don't say that, because, like, it'll let you know on Thumbtack, they hired somebody else. It'll be like, Lucy hired another pro. So I know that I didn't get that job. That's a no hire. Don't worry about it, whatever. But some of them still be sitting out there saying not scheduled. They ain't scheduled nobody else, so they didn't, say the job was either the pro didn't say it was completed. They didn't. I don't know who didn't say it was completed, but it didn't say it got done. So if I already done paid to talk to you until this thing says it's done, or you confirm with me that it's done, you got somebody else to do it, or you don't want me to do it, that's not being annoying. That's running a business. Like, no, you follow up on leads until you get that confirmation. Because, sometimes you'll have people like the first guy that I said was a recurring customer that reached back out and was like, yeah, I still want to get that done. Same thing. I'm like, that man ain't gonna reach out to me. Hey, we still on? So, you don't know. So I checked back in. That lady, she was like, no, I did get somebody else to complete that. I got it assembled or whatever, but I'm getting some other stuff. Is it cool if I reach out? I already done wasted money on you, but whatever. So I was like, yeah, Santa. Yeah, so I got the business line turned on, because that's been the biggest thing with me talking about getting the cards. I gotta get the phone, I got the phone turned on. I want to say it was like Friday or Saturday. Got the phone turned on, and my business cards will be here in 2 weeks. So I'm super excited, man, about getting the cards, going around to all the apartments. I even did an IG. I did an IG page. I'm hoping it come back. I know I got I got suspended or deactivated or whatever you call it yesterday, because I was going around and I was following all the apartments or whatever, because I'm like, cool, let me get locked in with all the apartments, all the business, small business channels and pages in my area. I'm following all them, like trying to just do the networking thing. And it was like, I guess I look like spam or a bot because you're just reaching out to crazy people. But then they let me keep going. So I did like 2 more. Then it was like, boop, up out of here. So I'm like, I messaged, IG or whatever to see, and hopefully they let me back in or whatever, because I already got this on my cards. It's coming. So then it was cool. I met a lady. I was leaving work, and, she was like, hey, talk to what you got planned for East? And I was like, hopefully working or whatever. And we got to rapping. And she was like, you work your job? I'm like, no, I got a business. Got to rapping and telling what I had going on. And she was like, oh, I live, one of these expensive apartments down here on the south side. Give me a call to your number so I can put you on like my community board and let people know that you assemble stuff. So I didn't have it then, and that had just kept bothering me. Look, another person. I keep getting people asking for these cards. So when I made, my money this past weekend, boom, got the phone. All right, cool. Got the phone or whatever. Got the number, went ahead and got the cards. Ain't no going back. We got them, so they on the way. So we had one job this past week. That's why I was saying, like, I got to realize you're working 40 hours a week. You're, committed to being at this job. So you can't do, unless it's going to be in the evening, which I still do, with the leads and the money I spend. If I see a job, like, I still rap with people. Like, man, I can get that done tonight. That shouldn't take me no longer, about 2-3 hours. I get there by 6:30. I can still be at the house by 9, 7, 10. If I can make, whatever I make for it, I'm not going to go over there and work the money. You know what I mean? So I still be rapping with people, but I haven't had any late nights or evening jobs yet. Keyword yet. They coming. So I spoke last week about, I had one job scheduled. It was a catio and a chicken coop. So I was going to take one of my Brons with me. Both of them ended up coming. So we did do the celebration for drama. We went to the park or whatever, had pizza, cake, and did a balloon release. It was pretty cool. Kids had a good time. All the kids was there, my aunts, cousins, and step pops and everybody. So that was a good time. So we finished that up. On the way home, my youngest got to see his mom for the first time in a minute. So on the way home, it's just me and my Brons. I'm like, yo, I'm going to work in the morning. I'm leaving out no later than 8:30. Are you coming? The first one I knew he was coming because he always trying to go with me. So he was like, yep, I'm in. I'm like, what time you getting up? He was like, 6:30. I'm like, shoot, I ain't getting up there early. Okay. So I asked the other one who played baseball, so he ain't been in none of the jobs. Like, hey, you trying to work? He was like, yeah, I am. I was like, okay, Tom, what time you getting up? He was like, about 7:30. I'm like, he's at 7:30. I'm like, that's same, me too. So everything cool. So I wake up, I did my ruck. I woke up like about 6 something, went ahead, did my ruck. Came back, took a shower. My one brother I knew was gonna go. I saw him. He was already up, dressed, whatever. Took my shower, get out. So I'm thinking the other one was asleep, but he lives downstairs. So I hadn't walked past his room, but I'm like, I ain't seen him. I'm thinking he knocked out or whatever. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I walked to the car or whatever. He's sitting in the room, shoes on, suited and booted ready. Are you going? Let's get it. So we hop on the road like an hour and a half away, drive all the way down there to the country. We get there, get all the boxes pulled out and everything. And we did the catio first. And it was cool, man. Like, we got it knocked out. We ain't really had no issues, no problem, children, nothing like that. It was smooth. I'm glad both of them came. Even with both of them coming, having 2 assistants, it still took 5 hours. So by myself, what? Man, that probably been I'm gonna say at least 8 to 10 hour day at minimum. So I was really appreciative. I was glad with what we got paid. I gave them, what I could give them. They was happy with that. And the lady gave them a $20 tip a piece. So they was like, oh, like, they dumb hype. Like I said, that makes me feel so good to see them be able to be that excited. Like, and I'm telling them, I'm like, man, what I pay y'all for y'all chores in a month? Y'all made more than that in a day. So, like, when it's out here, let's get it. So they like, oh, yeah, we definitely coming, whatever. I'm like, I ain't gonna always be able to pay you that. But I told them I'll let them know up front, like, if this ain't gonna be crazy, I try to pay them at least $10 an hour. If I can't pay you $10 an hour, I ain't gonna blindside you with it. I'm gonna let you know, hey, you might get, $20, $30 this job or whatever. It might be, $8 an hour, whatever. But I'm gonna let you know. And if you still wanna come, that's on y'all. So they was like, yeah, nah, that's cool. So like I said, we was down there. We knocked the catio out, knocked the chicken coop out. We did good. The lady was European. She was super appreciative. She was like, she had been trying to rap and had the thing posted for a little minute. But people kept flaking on her. So, when she found out, you came over down here, from where you came from, an hour and a half away. I'm like, I'm working on expanding my business, man. So, what I'm getting paid from you is worth the commute. I know, I knew how far I had to drive to and from. So, all good. So, we got the job knocked out, man. It was really a good feeling. And so, we only got one penny for this weekend. I just reached out to the dude. It's for the, dome thing with all the not monkey balls, but the rails, the circle for the kids. So they reached out. If we can get that, then I might have to have my 2 younger brothers and my older brother, because I know that could take a little grip. So we'll talk about it week 17. Be kind to yourself. I love you.